10 people.
Okay, my speech of tribute is about my kids, my two oldest daughters. When I was younger, I didn't have the positive influence, and that's why I kind of use my kids, of course, as my positive influence, or those who kind of directed me. My grandfather was an alcoholic. My father was considered a functioning alcoholic. I had a lot of uncles, aunts, whatever, who had a long history of alcoholism. So I didn't really have that one particular role model that I just jumped on and said, well, they do this. I didn't. What I did was, by the time I hit 18 years old, I had two daughters. So what I did was I read the Bible, and I read these great stories about King Solomon and all the great things that he did. And I decided that I was going to raise the kids, raise my two girls, based on the Bible. So I took them to church, gave them a lot of speeches, everything was based off of that, right or wrong, whatever. And it didn't cover everything, of course, but most of the things, that's what I used as my guideline. Long story short, by the time my oldest daughter, Gina, by the time she got old enough, she graduated, which was a big accomplishment in our family because of the fact that nobody had ever graduated before in our family. So it was a big accomplishment graduating out of high school because my dad had only gone to the third grade. My mother had only gone to the 6th grade. And for me, I only went to the 10th grade and I dropped out. I eventually had to go back in the evenings. So that's why it was a big accomplishment. Well, it wasn't over. Gina, the one that graduated from high school, of course, she went on to college. She went to University of Southern Colorado, and she got her bachelor's degree there to be a teacher. My other daughter, after she had graduated out of high school, didn't want to be left behind, so the competitive nature that she had, she decided to go to CU in Boulder to get her bachelor's degree. That kept going on and everything, so my daughter eventually graduated. My oldest one, Gina, graduated, got her degree in teaching. Anita got her degree in engineering at CU. And so long story short was, after all that stuff, after as hard as it was, being the first ones going through all this stuff, they never gave up. They kept going, they kept plugging away. So it comes down to this, that you'll get out of this what you put into this. And that was my mentality as I was bringing the girls up, that whatever I put into them is what I'm going to get out. And so like a cornfield, if you plant corn, you get corn. If you plant wheat, you get wheat. Well, that's what I got. I put a lot of work, I put a lot of effort into them, and it paid off. And they're not angels, and they're not saints, but they put a lot of work and a lot of effort into everything, and they were determined to get this done, and they did. So it worked out well, and so, long story short, for all the sacrifices that I gave, all the hard work, it came back. And you will reap what you sow.